So, despite the fact that I'm having back pains, I decided it would be a good idea to sit in this really uncomfortable chair and record a video for the day. But, I took like 4 pills of ibuprofen, so it should be good. Also, did you notice the little buyers? Look at the little guy. Look at him, he's so cute. He's so cute! He's so cute! I mean, they canceled the order for the hoodie I got, but at least I got this little fluffy boy. Don't mind him. He's just here to enjoy the ride with the rest of us. With that being said, let's play some Friendsim. What's up, docs? I'm the Pillbug, and welcome back to Friendsim. We're gonna go with Diamond Zickly? Is that how you pronounce that? Fuck it, we're going with him. Apparently, it always starts off on the first volume. It starts off with someone, approaching you. So, is this, 2 separate timelines? I'm not sure. Yes, someone is approaching. A strange gray-skinned alien with a cozy-looking vest. Perhaps they will make for a good friend. What's up? Ugh. Hang on, sorry, I didn't mean to get a good look at you before I started talking. I didn't get a good look at you before I started talking. Oh, thanks. Really appreciate it. I guess you're really weird looking. Can I go back? I'm kind of uncomfortable about this. Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in need of some medical treatment. You're also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right now. Hungry, huh? I mean, I see where your game is. You aren't sure what he's talking about. Then your eyes drift towards the obvious target, that exquisite hot dog he's holding. It looks really, really good. Your mouth starts watering noticeably. Ah, no. I knew it. You're just like all the rest. Your agenda is having me relinquish my delicacy. Well, forget it. I've been tricked out of 2 other oblong meat products this week already. I know you probably think I'm an easy mark due to my blood color, but I still have some dignity at least. You don't know anything about his blood color, or why that would matter in this conversation about his hot dog. You're hungry, sure, but you didn't mean to cast a threatening gaze at his meal. All you really want to do is make a new buddy, so you don't feel quite so alone in this strange new world. I see. Maybe I should actually make his voice a little higher. I'm not really sure. Just give me a few seconds. I see. I see. I see. I see. I think that'll do. I see. You just want a friend and not my sweet meal. Sorry, I get a little paranoid when I walk around such delicacies in public. You can't be too careful. Folks tend to get that greedy look in their eyes around my warm sausage. Okay, please don't ever say that again. These are odd ways to express the things he's saying, you think, but it would be rude to point that out. Probably best to change the subject. Get this blossoming friendship moving in the right direction. Ask if you... Yeah, no, not this one. We already expressed the warnings for this one. Ask if he lives nearby. Yeah, or... I used to, I mean. My place was bombed by drones a while ago. Now I don't have a hive, but I'm making it work out here. Foraging for tasty things when I can. I've gotten pretty good at it. Talking people into giving me meat products, I mean. You quickly feel a sense of pity for your new friend. You thought you had it rough, crash landing here, hungry and friendless. And come to think of it, feels like your arm's broken? Your ribs too, maybe, but enough self-pity. This is about making a new great friend. You ask your friend if there's anything you can do to improve his life. Oh wait, are we friends now? Is that official? Man, I don't know. Why don't we slow it down a bit, see how things go? I'm not saying it's out of the question. I think I would take some time to see if you actually friendship material. I mean, considering the shit you have to go through, I would not blame you for wanting to, take it slow. Someone I trust, you know? Not just another looky-loo gunning for my delicacy. Again, very much understandable. Oh, damn. You got out over your skins again. You got out over your skins again? Skins again? What the fuck does that mean? Of course he's right. This is totally reasonable. You feel sure you can do what it takes to win him over. You can make a mental note to avoid looking at or mentioning his hot dog, since it seems to be a sensitive subject. You do everything in your power to avert your gaze from the hot dog. You are aggressively not looking at it, in fact. Don't think hot dog thoughts. Don't think hot dog thoughts. It's working. You aren't thinking about hot dogs at all. It's like he isn't even holding one. And no one ever even brought up the fact that hot dogs exist. He seems to notice, on some primal level, you're currently not hot dog mindset. He smiles. You pay closer attention to the boy's face. It's a nice smile he has, actually. Very kind and disarming. A few freckles here and there. A mop of messy hair dripping over his eyes. That's probably gonna be me soon if I don't take care of my hair. What a nice friend this would be to have, you think. He's kind of adorable, really, if you disregard the prickly attitude about his hot dog. Literally or figuratively? Oh, wait a minute. You don't want to start thinking thoughts that are too friendly. You should dial this down a little. Stick to the basics. You just want a cool new friend, nothing more. You should try to spark up some non-meat related conversations soon before things get awkward. You wonder about his house. It got bombed?
Yeah, you know. Routine drone pass through my hood. A little bombing, a little culling. That's how it goes around here. I was a lucky one. My Lucis, not so much.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry about that.
He's a goner.
You don't know what a Lucis is, but you can deduce it was someone important to him, who probably died in the bombing. Rather than overwhelming him with annoying questions about his culture, you decide the right play is to show some sympathy.
Thanks. I miss him. Sometimes I think I enjoy savory Bud Lights as a way of covering up the pain. They're so good, though it's hard to stop.
So basically, you're replacing drinking your sorrows away to eating your sorrows away. I can dig that. I mean, I do that a lot.
Also, I favored the juicy meats before he died anyway. It's something we did together.
How did we start talking about my hot dog once more?
Let's drop it. Please, dude, don't bring it up again.
You didn't bring it up, but you don't want to correct him. The boy's clearly grieving. You see two faint red tears roll down his cheeks from behind the messy bangs. Yarn can't take it. You have to console this homeless boy somehow. Then he'll definitely be your friend. But what to do? Well, yeah, a friendly pat on the back or a reassuring hug. I think we'll just stick to the friendly pat on... No, wait. Would that also send a, I try to make sure, like, one of these doesn't, like, either drop his hot dog or cause him to, like, think we're trying to pickpocket him or something. I don't know. Let's just play it safe and give him a friendly pat on the back. You keep it simple and pat him on the back a couple times. Everything's going to be okay, since you're his new friend, or at least working towards earning that status. He has a new ally to help him with whatever comes his way. He wipes his tears and appears to get himself back together. Your friendly gesture worked.
You're right. I shouldn't let this past get me down. In a way, I'm free. I'm off the grid. They'd probably think I died. No need to worry about knocks on my door because I don't have a door anymore. Maybe I can live off the land for the rest of my life. Scrounging for what the fuck? Why can't I read this? Scrounging for sumptuous indulgence wherever I may find them. By rummaging through awful drums of smooth talking the right mark. Damn it. Sounds like the life, honestly. I'll miss my Lucis, but I think he would be proud of me. If I can make it without him, if I can survive on my own, I know he would be proud. Maybe I don't even need to leave the planet. Maybe I can avoid taking the ordeals altogether. I can't test who you can't find. Can't test who you can't find. If I play my cards right, I can probably live to ripe old age on the planet without getting caught. Like hiding in alleys and sewers, scraping together just enough succulent proteins to keep myself going. I doubt it, but you know what? I mean, it's worth a shot, honestly. Honestly, I don't even need to get by that long, since I have a much shorter lifespan than most trolls. So I think I might be able to make it work. You look confused at the last remark, but again, don't want to be impolite. Oh yeah, because lower bloods tend to have a little shorter lifespan than those higher on the hemo spectrum. Sad. Where was I? Oh yeah. He holds up his hand as if to tell you not to bother. I can tell you, you're not from here. It's okay. Rustbloods don't live that long time. Blood classes higher than me live progressively longer than higher you go up. Oh, that's literally just what I described. Sea dwellers live basically forever. It's kind of crazy and seems unfair, but that's how it is. I'd be jealous of them, but I think I'm not. I'm almost grateful I don't have very long to make it in this world. I don't know what I'd do if I had longer. I'm happy to settle into a nice short ride, keep a low profile, take in some good meat along the way. Nothing wrong with that life if you ask me. You'll understand. It seems like a tragic story, but if your friend has made peace with his destiny, you might as well too. You offer a sympathetic shrug and continue your impressive streak of consecutive seconds not looking at his hot dog at all. He smiles again, seems to be relaxing, gripping the dog a little less tightly. That's good. You know, you're good at listening. Not many people understand me at all. A lot of people find my overly positive attitude towards meaty delights to be strange and off-putting. Well, then they must have a filthy mind. I don't know what to tell them. I've heard this more than once and lost some friends that way. Fuck 'em! Whew. There are some past personal dramas I do not want to think about, let me tell you. But you're different. Maybe you put me at ease because it's obvious you're even lower than me. No offense, but you are. Drones would vaporize a hornless goof like you, no questions asked. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You laugh it off. No, you're not scared, you say. You've survived worse. You pat your broken ribs and wince. You clutch your sore ribs with your broken arm and wince even harder because of that. Oh man, looks like that arm's hurt, huh? I guess it's broken. Let's see what we can do about that. Here, hold this for a second. Diamond, that's a bad idea, dude, please. Oh, fine. He hands you his hot dog without hesitation. Oh, wow, he wants you to hold it? This is such a remarkable gesture of trust. You're overwhelmed. You gingerly take the hot dog with your good arm. Being careful, you hold the hot dog from beneath with your fingertips as if it's a priceless, delicate treasure. He takes off his vest and puts it on the ground. He takes off his shirt. You avert your eyes for a moment, then realize that's silly. Nothing particularly decent about this, you suppose. If he's comfortable, so are you. He puts his vest back on and takes the hot dog back from you and hands you the shirt. Here, make a sling out of it. That should help. He's right, it does help. Your broken arm is a lot more comfortable and secure. The shirt smells like meat, too. You can't tell if you think that's a bonus or if it's weird. You decide it's a bonus. This is your new friend. He loves meat, and so do you. It's your greatest common interest, in fact. Nice. You know, I think we make a pretty good team. I don't know if I'm ready to officially call you my friend yet, but I may be getting close. You're pushing all the right buttons, man. Just being someone who listens and understands. You have no idea how much that means to me. You're so happy to hear this. It makes your heart sing. Well, if you're keeping it totally real, some of these things he's saying are just a little strange. Like, maybe this boy wasn't really socialized properly? By his lucis, you guess. You think that might be his dad, but again, you don't dare ask. Not when the positive feelings are flowing like this. Why kill the mood? He gets a little closer and swoops a hand through his thick, black bangs. For the briefest moment, you catch a glimpse of one of his eyes regarding you fondly. Your heart beats a little faster. I know there's a trope here that they're trying to make a joke out of. I don't know what it's called. What is it called? It's like when anime characters do this and look at their senpai fondly. Does that make sense? I hope so. Otherwise, I just look like a weirdo. He puts a hand on your shoulder. You're starting to wonder if all he's interested in is friendship. You hope that's all he wants. You don't think you're ready for anything more than that. You're desperate for friendship, or really companionship from any sort. But that's moving pretty fast for you. But you're too nervous to make your feelings clear on all this. If he goes any further, you're not sure if you'll have the will to protest. Listen, dude. The gorgeous meat products we both admire. I'm thinking, maybe we share it. I think that sounds good, actually. Oh my, yes, that sounds wonderful. You're so hungry, and you're beside yourself with gratitude that Diamond is willing to share with you something so precious to him. It really means a lot. Here, I have an idea. Oh god, Diamond, dude. He brings his face closer to yours. He holds the hot dog up between your faces, with both ends of the hot dog pointing in his mouth and yours. Is this gonna be turning into like the Pokey game, but instead of a Pocky or Pokey, it's a hot dog? Ah, shit! You're not sure what he wants you to do. You can't find the breath to ask. It seems like he wants you to. Eat the hot dog with him, Lady and Tramp style. I mean, alright, fine, I'll do it. Yes, if pressed on it, you'd agree to act as uncomfortably erotic, but
You have to admit, this is a good way to share a food item, while ensuring it gets split out evenly. And you absolutely loathe the idea of letting a friend down. It's completely at odds with your values as a person. You chomp down your end of the hot dog, as he does with his end simultaneously. Holy shit, that is so good! And that is so uncomfortable. You take another bite, and he times his bite perfectly. He's really good at this game. It's throwing off your chewing a bit, which makes it cough a little when you swallow. But you don't feel like you can pause without breaking eating with him. Might be what a bad friend would do. My god, Diamond! Jesus Christ! You keep going without really quite swallowing as you go. You get closer to his face, which is creating an imminent situation you aren't sure how you're going to handle. You haven't planned for it, and it's coming up fast. What the fuck is going on? The hot dog backlog collecting in your throat is getting a bit too heavy, so you try to swallow, but you can't. You gag and cough up all the chewed hot dog matter explosive in his face. Oh god! He recoils, absolutely stunned. His bangs are blown back, and he's staring at you with his wide eyes. Hot dog and buns bit all over his face. He says nothing for a moment, then puts his hand on his throat. Oh fuck, he's choking! He points at his mouth desperately. You need to do something. The Heimlich, of course. That's what you need to do. You need to save your friend's life. You get behind him and put your good arm around his belly and form a fist. You plunge the fist into his ribs, trying to dislodge his masticated delicacy. It's no use. You can't get any leverage. You need your other arm. Damn it. You need your other arm. It really hurts though. You'll have to make the sacrifice for your friend. Yes, a friend who may have just tried to trick you into kissing him with those silly hot dog stunt. You're not sure how you'll navigate that tricky subject once he's breathing again, but you'll deal with that later. Right now, you have a life to save. You pull your broken arm out of the sling and grab your other fist in front of his belly and squeeze. You try and try and try. His face is turning, well, not blue, deep red. You guess because his blood is rust-colored. Sure, that makes sense. You yank one more time. Your broken arm is throbbing in pain. Oh, a huge gob of chewed hot dog launches out of his mouth like a cannonball, and the expulsion creates enough force in the other direction. It causes you to actually lift him up in the air and accidentally suplex him into the mud behind you. Oh no. You in turn go tumbling over him, and the two of you are soon locked into an inseparable pinwheel of interspecies downhill mayhem. You roll down the grassy incline towards a nearby neighborhood towards the street. Luckily, you stop just short of the street, but Diamond's neck lands right on the sharp edge of the curb. Ugh! After flipping in the air once or twice, you come right down on his face with your big ass. You hear a crack? Oh god, he's dead! Diamond? You stop his cheek a little. No response. He's not breathing. You check his mouth, throat. It's clear of hot dog debris. Oh god. This can't be happening. You look around panicked. This isn't what you need right now. All you wanted is a friend. You can't be held responsible for alien murder. You have to hide the body. You see a couple of kids creeping out of nearby houses to see what all the commotion is. There's no time. You gotta find a bush or something. There, over there. Looks like a little alien bushy thing. It's pretty small, but it'll have to do. You drag the vestige shirtless carcass over to the bush. You dump the body in the bush, and it's really not convincing. It looks like a dead kid was unceremoniously dropped on top of a small bush. It's a poor attempt to conceal a murder. You've got to come up with a better... Wait a minute. Someone is standing behind you. Oh! Hi, Ardana! What are you doing here? So that... Okay. Okay.
Hello, stranger. Don't worry about this little mess you've made. I'll take care of it for you.
You killed him! Oh no. Oh no. I actually saw this game over screen on the Steam page for the game. Because you can make community posts on Steam about the game that you're playing. So I saw this. Didn't know why Ishii was in the background, but... Well, that explains a lot, honestly. Jesus. Glad I decided to save. Give him a reassuring hug. You open your arms and approach him with a posture of great compassion. You furrow your brow upwardly a bit, as if to say, I know how hard it is. You advance and he leans backwards a little, as if caught off guard by your sympathy. Maybe you're coming on too strong, but you know there's no turning back now. You don't just throw the brakes on an imminent heartfelt hug like this. You embrace him awkwardly, and it goes well for a moment until you realize your arm is broken and it seizes up reflexively in pain. It jostles the hot dog in his hand and he bobbles it. You both gasp. You try to detach from the hug so you can catch the hot dog, but it's already on its way to the ground. Oh no! In your attempt to save it, you stagger backwards and slip. The hot dog gets mushed under your big dumb ass the moment it makes contact with the ground. Diamond lets out a shriek. No! Aww. Dude, my dog! You scramble to get up in time, hoping you're not as owned as it looks, but your feet keep slipping and your butt keeps grinding the hot dog into mud. When the carnage finally subsides, you roll over and check it out. It's completely unsalvageable. Just a gross, meaty mud mash, like the hot dog never even existed. Diamond howls in agony and slips backwards against a tree. Oh no, you fucked this up so bad.
That's it, man. I've lost everything. Not sure what the point of you living anymore.
You're absolutely mortified by your clumsiness and foolishness. You have a feeling you'll be thinking about this moment for years to come during those insecure moments when your mind seems to be looking for an excuse to make yourself cringe with self-doubt and shame. That's me almost every single night. Okay, not every single night, but when it happens. Whew. Still, you can't help but feel this guy is being a little unreasonable. He's just one hot dog. There's probably plenty more of those to come by. For those who know where to look in this strange world. He himself said he makes a habit of enjoying these, so they can't be all of that uncommon. Maybe he's just as unusual psychological disorder starting a fixation on this particular food item. Yes, that could be it. Poor guy. This just means he needs your support as a friend. All the more. You won't give up on your friend. Or for that matter, people who you're trying desperately to become friends with. That's just who you are as a person. You have an idea. You run it by him with a sense of optimism and salesmanship. The past is behind you. There's no need to wallow in self-incrimination and guilt over the hot dog incident. Diamond perks up a little.
You want to help me get another hot dog?
Absolutely. It could be a fun adventure, you say. Something to bond over, to bring two new buddies closer together. You don't say that out loud, but you really hope it's true.
I don't know. Could be a long shot. Sometimes it could be days before I can unite with another plump treat, glistening and with perspiration, steaming, relaxing comfortably in a soft, melt-in-your-mouth loaf. Damn, now I really want a hot dog. Guess I don't have much choice but to take you up on your offer, do I? What do you have in mind?
It's a good question. You haven't made a plan yet, and frankly, don't even know where to begin. But he's interested in spending more time with you, which is the most important thing. He'll figure something out. You decide a display of confidence is called for here. A real show of leadership to improve morale. Moirail. You smile, hold your cheek up high, and tell him to follow you. You know exactly what to do. Well, not really, but you give no indication of that at all. He's definitely intrigued. You got him hooked now, you think. He's probably wondering if he hit pay dirt, finding a new friend with the hot dog hookup. Of course, you don't have the slightest idea where to find a hot dog, but you've got to admit, you're enjoying the feeling of being important and valued by a potential friend. You don't want to do anything underhanded, yet you can't help but feel you should probably milk this social gambit for all it's worth. This way, you say, as you begin marching confidently in a random direction. He obediently follows and begins rubbing his tummy. You begin to feel nervous about it almost immediately. You have absolutely no idea how this is going to play out, or if it stands any chance of resulting in a hot dog at the end of the journey. Oh well, you'll figure something out along the way. You lead him through the streets and winding through the yards of strange-looking houses, and he follows. He takes care to make sure you both are not seen, which could get you both in trouble, apparently. The improvised circuitous route appears to provoke his suspicion.
Dude, are you sure you know where a dog is? It seems like maybe you're lost.
Oh, absolutely! You're absolutely sure you know where to find one, you say. You're just throwing anyone off the trail who might have been following you. He nods solemnly, as if that makes perfect sense. Whew! But you can't keep him guessing like that for this forever. You got to do something. Take some bold action to keep this his hit his interest in his wiener quest. Oh, the jokes you can make with this. But I'm not gonna make them. They're way too easy. You say this way. Down here, this is a shortcut to the hot dog supply you're privy to. It's the mother lode.
In the sewer?
Yes, totally. It's just a short trek through the sewer. Shouldn't be more than another hour, or several, of sewer trudging. That is, if he still has the will to do what it takes to get his hands on some more juicy dogs.
Oh, hell yeah. You know it. After you, man.
Oh god, puke green. An hour later, you're so deep in the sewer you've lost all bearings and sense of direction. You could be anywhere by now. You take it so many... Is everything recording? I'm just really paranoid after the whole Terezi route thing in Esther Quest. I'm always paranoid that everything's not going to be recording. An hour later, you're so deep in the sewer you've lost all bearings and sense of direction. You could be anywhere by now. You've taken so many crazy turns. Still, you don't let up for a second that you're lost. You make each turn with decisive conviction. He's still following you, but he's having trouble keeping up. He's out of breath and struggling with the foul smell. You can't say you're enjoying it much either, but you can't let on the fact that you're doing it. You can't let on the fact that what you're doing now is anything other than the most casual routine for you. Like you do this every day, just a quick jaunt through the sewer to hit up with this vast mythical trove of meat products. Okay, when you put it that way, maybe this all sounds a bit insane. But still, you're in too deep to second guess yourself now.
Hey, I gotta stop and rest. I can't lie, I'm starving for a heavenly frankfurter. But this might be too much for me. I don't think I'm cut out for this.
You pause and look back. He's sitting down now, slumping against a filthy sewer wall. You're intensely relieved to see you may have just won this impromptu game of sewer hot dog chicken. But more importantly than that, this looks like an ideal time to show some sympathy and have a bonding moment with your would-be friend. You sit next to him with your broken arm, put a hand on his knee in a platonic but deeply understanding way. Your arm hurts when you do this, but it's worth it. Every little gesture counts when you're making a new friend.
I kinda suck. My Lucis is gone, I don't have any skills, and most people think I'm a weird for liking hot dogs so much. I'm probably just going to get cold. I'm not good at going on adventures or doing anything hard. All I'm good at is finding an easy meal here and there, however I can get it. Like talking to people out of their fine sausages using tricks or other ploys which end up losing me friends. It's been unthinkable that anyone would actually do anything nice for me, or would want me to have that sweet, sweet meat I desire. At least it was unthinkable until now.
Your heart begins to race. Could it be? Is this shitty improvised sewer escapade actually working? You can't believe it! I hopefully didn't say that out loud.
Nobody's ever done so much, or worked so hard to try and get my hands on another magnificent banger. Sorry for being emotional, but, this is new for me. I don't know how to handle it. I'm just so grateful. I'd be thrilled to call you a friend, man. Whatever you are.
You're overjoyed. Unbelievable. It's almost too good to be true. What now? It's such a sudden turn of good fortune you hardly know what to do. Should you hug the guy? Last time that didn't go so well, but this time he's not holding a hot dog for you clumsily to file. So maybe this is your moment. Wait. What's that? A deep rumbling sound begins to echo through the tunnels.
Oh shit! They found us! It's a drone, dude! I guess on, sewer duty? We gotta run!
He gets up, grabs your hand, and sprints. He's a lot faster than he looks when motivated to get moving. He turns this way and that as the rumbling gets closer. Oh god! But he slips on something and you both stumble into a river of horrific sludge.
Bro! I can't swim! Help!
Your bad arm finds purchase on the ledge, and though it's very painful, you heroically salvage your friend from the muck with the other arm. He coughs and gasps for breath. You find a nearby ladder, shove him upwards until he starts climbing on his own, and follow him. You burst through a lid on the floor, and you both flop out of the hole, drenched in filth, smelling horrible, and completely exhausted. But at least you're safe, you think.
Hey man, just want you to know, even though we didn't find the glorious treasure you were leading us to, I'm happy to how it all turned out. Maybe I don't need hot dogs in my life as much as I thought. Maybe that's not the real treasure after all. It's been a journey for me, let me tell you. I'm learning so much about myself, about life, because of you.
His bushy hair is slicked past one of his eyes due to the sludge. He's giving you a penetrating, soulful gaze of presumably pure friendship. Or is it even deeper than that? Wow, this is intense. Then something catches your eye. Just above him, something dangling. Lots of dangling things, actually. Good to think of it, it's really cold in here. Freezing, in fact. So they're not that hard, thankfully. I mean, what? You finally realize, holy shit, you're in a weird alien meat locker. You're absolutely surrounded by dangling meat products, including many sausages. Smells of them, you begin to sob. Your sobbing soon turns into unrestrained wailings of raw catharsis. He joins you and the tears flow freely from... Wait. Okay, no, that was intentional. And your tears flow freely from you both. You embrace each other and let it all out. Suddenly it hits you, both of you. This is by far the happiest day of your life. Meet heaven! Nice. Well, that was fun. Bit of a weird undertones there, but you know what? At least we made it with a new friend. Although, I guess the game kind of treated it as if it was my first friend instead of our data, but... What can you do, right? Why am I looking to the left? Anyways, I'm just gonna leave this episode here. That was fun. I'm probably gonna regret this because my back is in horrible pain as of recently, but you know what? It'll be fine. Like I said, I took like 4 pills of ibuprofen, so I shouldn't be too bad. So anyways, ugh. As soon as I get all the saliva out of my mouth from talking so much. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, hit the like button down below. And I'll see you in the next episode of whatever the heck I make. Ciao! I bumped my mic.